Hello and welcome back to the Big Ten Quick Talk podcast. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel below, that's the main thing you can do to help out the channel. Just subscribe. There's nothing else you got to do. Subscribe to the channel. You'll be good from there. Now, recently I've been doing a series of videos in which I realigned the Big Ten Conference and made it more exciting. If you haven't watched that original video yet, go ahead and watch that. Link is in the description. You can also find that on my Big Ten Quick Talk homepage. With that out of the way, let's get into the rivalries situation that I have set up. Really quick, we'll give a brief synopsis of what my Big Ten Conference realignment looks like. If you haven't seen the video, it's by far the most popular one on the channel. Go ahead and watch that one and come back to this one when you have watched that one. All right, moving forward, just a really brief synopsis. We have 18 teams in the conference right now. You add two, not that much. Let's be honest here. You had Florida State and Arizona. Florida State, very realistic. Arizona, maybe not as much, but hey, we're rolling with it. Then, out of those 20 teams, you have four divisions of 5 teams. Those 4 divisions include the East, Central, Midwest, and West divisions. And hopefully you can see by now the hypothetical schedule I have written out for Michigan, who belongs in the Central Conference. We have shortened the season down to 11 games instead of 12 games, but it'll make sense in a minute. Weeks 1 through 3, we have the non-conference games. Do whatever the heck you want with that, Michigan. Then from there, you play each team in your division, which is 4 teams. So in this case, it's Indiana, Illinois, Purdue, and Michigan State. Then you play one team from each of the other divisions, and that rotates every year. So, for example, Minnesota, they play their Midwest game versus Minnesota. And then the next year, it'll be versus Iowa. The year after that, it'll be Nebraska. And it goes in order like that. For the East, same thing. Florida State. Next year, it'll be Maryland. In USC. In the West, next year, it'll be UCLA. The year after that, it will be Oregon. As examples. This is all examples, all a hypothetical situation here. Then we get to the real rivalries. Rivalry game, it will range from traditional rivalries like Michigan and Ohio State that will play every year, and then there will be some out of the dark, out of the blue that you won't be thinking of, but it's just to build up a rivalry here. It's not like they have an existing one already, and it's for some of these it's going to be an actual rivalry like Michigan and Ohio State, but others it's going to be more like a team that you play every year. It's going to feel like a division game. But that's how this hypothetical schedule works. Now, here are my rivalry games that will be played every year. It's an out-of-division game that will be played every year. Ohio State playing Michigan. Very obvious. This is rivalry to its truest form here. But then we have Penn State and Michigan State. A great rivalry. Both schools kind of hate each other. Then we get a little crazy here. Florida State playing Indiana. Of course, this is making new rivalries, really. Florida State really doesn't have any existing rivalries except with Maryland because they both played each other in the ACC a lot. I think Florida State dominated that like 20-2, something like that. But they're both in the same division, so they'll be playing each other either way every single year. So Florida State playing Indiana, Maryland playing Purdue. They already have a little bit of bad blood going. And then Rutgers and Illinois playing each other. Just a really generic one right there. Moving over to the other side of the equation, Nebraska and Oregon, I think this one is very interesting to me, seeing them play every year, flipping back and forth between home and away. They have played 8 total games. Nebraska leads the series 6-2, and they played a home-and-home series about 10 to 15 years ago, if my memory does recall. So it's not out of the realm there. Then you have Northwestern and Arizona. I feel like that would be super fun going forward, 2 programs that are on the rise. Iowa and USC, a couple really traditional schools in the sense that they're always right there. Minnesota and UCLA, and then Wisconsin, Washington. This one would be super fun. 2 really great environments, and that would be must-see TV every single year, in my opinion. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Is this a little bit unnecessary? Does it seem right to you with the system that I have put in place here? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Make sure to subscribe, as I said in the beginning. If you haven't already, do it now. Go ahead and like the video. Lots of content coming soon. More actual talking about football itself than just conference, what to do, So go ahead and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one.